Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this particular live session where me, Zubin Zaveri, we will be um, going through the live analysis about markets, that is Nifty, Bank Nifty, various other sectors. And we will this time, we'll take things a little bit on a different way. Guys, you can also comment in the comment box what all things you need to get covered, and accordingly if we can find something new to analyze, it would be great. But remember, our focus will remain on technical analysis and how to understand Nifty going ahead, maybe today and by tomorrow. Okay. So let's quickly begin. I'll share my screen, and that's a Nifty 15-minute chart for you. And on the 15-minute chart, what can we see? Yesterday, that was 8th of January, Nifty managed after around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Nifty managed to cross above 40 EMA on this 15-minute time frame chart and remained sideways for the rest of the day. All right. And remember, initially, it used to take a lot of resistance from this particular level. Now, what has happened is today, in the first 15 minutes itself, Nifty has broken below the 40 EMA, came up a little bit, bounced back a little bit, took resistance once again from the same level, and in last 15 minutes, Nifty again made a day low, and it finds a strong support from the previous day's low and this particular trend line that we have drawn on the daily time frame chart, connecting the lows of 21st November and 31st December. So that's where exactly you can say 23,520 is where the support is. Momentum indicator is bearish on the 15-minute time frame chart, so we can expect some further slide. This gap up opening that we had marked is no longer required, so we'll remove it from here. And today we can see that it is in a channel. Yeah, we can draw this 15-minute channel line uh, this way. Yeah, so that's the channel line where we are looking at. So wishful Nifty expiry will close upwards from here on or downwards. uh, So wishful, yeah, expected that current 15-minute time frame chart, the trend is bearish. So we will expect Nifty to close somewhere below only. It will remain bearish. Finds support at 23,460 and immediate support at 23,520. So somewhere around this area over here, as of now on this 15-minute time frame chart, we can see that it's moved it in this slightly downward sloping channel. All right. We'll look at a higher time frame chart. What does the 75-minute chart tells us? So 75-minute chart tells us something different, where it had turned kind of a bullish yesterday. The momentum had turned bullish yesterday, but again, because of the fall today, it has turned sideways. So nothing much over here. We look at 125-minute chart. The momentum is bearish. Yeah, so we'll take this bearish momentum. We can expect Nifty to also test this particular support level, that is somewhere around 23,330. So if the bearish momentum continues today, we can still slide down further by another, you can say 100, 150 points further if the bearish momentum continues. All right. On the daily time frame chart, The momentum indicator has turned bearish once again. It was bullish for few days after the rally on first and second of January. Momentum had turned bullish, but again it has turned on a bearish territory, unable to cross above this particular high, and it made a lower high. So we can say that there is a series of lower highs and higher lows. So this is the triangle that we had identified in our last session, and Nifty is still within this particular triangle. All right, so it's still consolidating. Um, Now, not expecting a severe crash today. Why? Is because the sentiment indicators that we can see. All right. Number one, FII index futures long, it is already in the oversold region. So a crash is not expected. Maybe market can do some sideways movement over here. And the market breadth indicator as well, 20-day advanced decline ratio is also in the oversold territory. So maybe some small red candles over here. This particular low could act like a support level. So maybe expiry, we can say that if market can be bearish, and it may remain 23,300, 23,400 is somewhere where we can expect today. All right. But yes, one more thing. Let me just go back to 15-minute time frame chart. So on this 15-minute time frame chart, the resistance, as I said earlier, is from the 40 EMA. If Nifty on this 15-minute time frame chart anytime manages to cross above this level and the momentum also turns bullish, then we may see a upward movement up to 23,800 levels as well. So we have to be prepared. The bias is towards the negative side. But yes, if 40 EMA gets broken on the upside and the momentum also turns bullish, then we can also be ready for 23,800. As of now, bearish bias. All right, everybody. Let me also look at the options data for Nifty. We'll do a combined open interest. And over here, what we can see is today 23,600 is where there is a high built up in open interest. So 23,600 will act like a strong resistance level, call open interest. Spot price 23,550. So 100 points up from here, there is a strong resistance. And yep, today the call open interest is high. Okay, the activity in call is higher than the put. So this is giving you again some bearish looking scenarios. uh Support at 23,500 immediately. All right, let's look at the RRGs now, or let's look at some diffusion indicators first. We saw sentiments. Let us also see diffusion indicators. In the meanwhile, any questions, any doubts, feel free to type it in the chat box. Okay, so that's Nifty 50 simple moving average, percentage of stocks above 20 SMA. All right, and that reading is 42. So this indicator right now is not telling you much. So nothing to look over here in this particular level. But yeah, we have to wait for these indicators to either go to the oversold territory or overbought territory. So from there we can expect some movement. All right, so right now it's in the center, nothing much. All right, we'll check for Nifty mid cap 100 stocks. All right. So in Nifty Mid Cap 100, it is near the oversold territory and it's trying to bounce back. All right, and mid cap counters are getting, this index is getting some support from this gap area. So mid cap index at the gap area, percentage of stocks above 20 SMA, taking support a little bit above its oversold territory. Okay, this gives you a kind of again a neutral to bullish bias. All right. What about small caps? So the small cap index, again, the indicator is around the same level, but is slightly above the gap area support. So there is some room for further correction in small cap index over here. Let's look at percentage of stocks above 50 SMA. That's somewhere in the middle, nothing much to see over here. Above 100 is also somewhere in the middle, and 200 is also in the middle. So short term outlook is, do we consider closer of a candle or wicks, anything like, over here, if the shadow or the wick is long enough, then we have to understand why is this long enough. It could be just one trade over here and there is a bounce back. So if the wicks are smaller like this, yeah, we can consider them as well. Okay. So let's yeah, the idea is that short term indicators are kind of oversold, but still have some room for further correction, and that's the reason why medium term outlook is also a kind of right now bearish. Let's look at the RRGs now, which sectors is performing and which is not. So RRG sector indices on the daily time frame chart. All right, what we can see is that Nifty Pharma and Healthcare are losing momentum. Okay, the arrows are headed southwards. So when the arrows are headed southwards, meaning on the y-axis there is r there is momentum. Okay, on the y-axis there is momentum. So the momentum is losing. Okay, and over here reality is headed towards the left side. All right, it means the rs ratio is going down. Rs ratio is decreasing, meaning it is underperforming than its benchmark, in this case Nifty 50. So realty is in the lagging quadrant already. It had lost momentum and now it is underperforming the index. So this particular sector can be ignored as of now. Media was already into lagging and it has started some it has shown some momentum, and that's why the arrow is sloping upwards. CPSE has come from lagging to the improving quadrant over here. So it may be headed towards this leading quadrant. We have to wait and watch for that. But yes, yesterday what happened was oil and gas. Yesterday came into the leading quadrant, and today it is kind of outperforming the benchmark. So oil and gas and FMCG is also started. It had lost momentum, but again the momentum picked up in FMCG. And why FMCG momentum picked up? Maybe this FMCG is a defensive counter when the overall market is looking bearish. These defensive counters are the ones to perform, right? And auto index over here is slightly losing momentum, but it's still outperforming the benchmark Nifty 50. Okay, so IT is something also that we can look out for, because from the weakening it is headed towards the leading quadrant. Let it perform some more time, and maybe if it is crossing the border from weakening to leading, that is where we will at that time we will focus on Nifty IT. Okay. Since the day is long, let me also look at the 60-minute time frame chart. Yes, Vikram. So when the arrow is sloping upwards, So on the y-axis, JDK RS momentum is being plotted. So when the arrow is sloping upwards, it means the momentum in that sector or the stock is increasing. If the arrow is sloping downwards, it means the momentum is going down. If the arrow is sloping towards the right hand side, it means it is outperforming the benchmark. If the arrow is going towards the left hand side, it means it is underperforming the benchmark. I hope that is clear. Yeah. So on the 60-minute time frame chart, what we can see is that arrow of Nifty IT is headed north, it is sloping upwards, and it is also sloping towards the right hand side. Similarly, even FMCG. So these two counters, their momentum is high, okay, positive momentum, as well as they are outperforming the benchmark. So today, if you would like to uh, place your bullish bets in today's market, then maybe IT and FMCG is something that you can watch out for. Now, Nifty view, if it is a bearish market, so you may focus on some of the metal sector which is underperforming. The momentum is also going down over here. Okay. So accordingly, you can see who are the outperformers and the underperformers from the RRG charts over here. Right? Any questions so far, my friends? Now I'm open to all the questions that you have. Anything that you want me to analyze, indices, stocks, feel free to type it. And this time I'm giving you, instead of 5 or 10 minutes, we'll spend more time in analyzing your queries. So now over here, if we say that FMCG, so great, Shekharji, Nestle. You've got it from the FMCG counter, right? So what we can do is over here we select Nifty FMCG. There is a predefined watch list, and in this predefined watch list, we have Nestle India over here. So Nestle India, the arrow is sloping downwards, meaning the momentum is decreasing on the 60-minute time frame chart, and it is probably headed towards the lagging quadrant also, meaning compared to FMCG index, Nestle India is underperformer. Okay, but we'll also have a look at its chart. So if we just click on this particular chart section over here, 60-minute time frame chart of Nestle will open up, and then we will analyze. What kind of indicators, Vikram? Please analyze Nifty and Bank Nifty indicators. Vikram, what kind of indicators should I use? The momentum. Yeah. So Nifty we have already analyzed. We'll also look at the Bank Nifty chart. All right. So here we have Nestle. So this is 60-minute chart of Nestle. We will what we'll do is we'll analyze it in a different section over here. We'll analyze the chart in detail uh, with respect to Rohit momentum Rohit setup. So, yep, it is crossing above its moving averages over here. The momentum indicator has also turned bullish yesterday. Sorry, this is a daily chart, 31st December. On 31st December, it had turned bullish. Now it's trying to. So, a close above this 40 EMA would be, a bullish sentiment trigger for this particular stock, Nestle India. Let's look at an hourly chart. So hourly chart, the momentum has started, and it has crossed above its previous top over here. So this area would act like a support level. All right, and you can see some upper shadows over here. So this indicates some resistance level. We'll put up some resistance levels over here. So 2289, 2290 would tend to act like a resistance level for Nestle India. All right. Let's look at the weekly chart as well. So on the weekly chart, what can we see is the momentum has also turned bullish. Uh, Last time, somewhere in the month of November, prices had tagged the lower Bollinger Band, and this time it did not tag it. So this is some bullish volatility divergence. What is volatility divergence? How to use Bollinger Band? I have made three separate videos on it. Kindly go on the YouTube section and have a look at those videos out here. Okay, and this seems that it can revert back to its mean. So the mean area is somewhere over here, 2360. Okay, so that's Nestle looking good for short term. Okay, let's look at so yeah, before we look at Manappuram, let's also analyze Bank Nifty chart. So we'll go back over here. Let's go to the chart section, and let me pull up Bank Nifty. Okay, Shrikant, we'll look at Britannia as well. So this was Bank Nifty 15-minute chart. Again, it took a strong resistance from its 40 EMA on the 15-minute time frame chart. The momentum indicator is bearish. And maybe we can draw a trend line like this, which can act like a support level. So currently, yep, it is at its support level on the 15-minute time frame chart. And a minor support, you can say, a major support that we had drawn over here, this area, it has been broken. Yeah, so this support level is broken, and there is a triple top formation. So if Bank Nifty gives a close below this area, that is 49,578, all right, it would mean bearish. It would mean bearish for Bank Nifty, and the Bank Nifty could drag the markets down. All right. So Bank Nifty looking bearish on the what can we see on a 125-minute chart? Bearish momentum, 75-minute chart as well. Okay, kind of the on the 75-minute chart, that is an hourly chart. Momentum is going sideways. Okay, so currently bearish. Even Nifty, Bank Nifty, both are bearish. Okay, Shekhar ji says you found Zydus after watching the BB video. Okay, let's look at Zydus. Zydus, I think we discussed yesterday, right? The Zydus Life. Holding Britannia. All right. So, yep, this is the Bollinger Band squeeze on the daily chart, and the momentum is bullish. The band width is opening, indicating that there can be an increased volatility, and the volatility could be on the upside because the momentum indicator is also bullish. So we need to find out the resistance level. So this gap area over here and this particular top would act like a resistance level. So we are somewhere near the resistance now already. Okay, so this can give you some short term indication, but if you look on the weekly chart of Zydus, yeah, we are at a crucial level. So on the weekly chart, we'll have to wait for Friday's closing above these levels. Momentum is bullish, and if on Friday Zydus closes above 40 EMA and 20 SMA, this would in turn be a bullish thing. And the gap area of 26th August this week over here, uh, coinciding with the upper Bollinger Band, is something that we will have to watch out for the next level in Zydus. Okay. Let's look at Britannia. So there are many FMCG counters coming in. I'm glad. Um, so Shrikant Satam is asking about Britannia. So where is Britannia? Britannia again over here is in the weakening quadrant. We look at the daily time frame chart instead of 60-minute. Okay, so that's the daily chart of Britannia after nice correction that had gone sideways, and now there is some uh, pickup. Do we have volumes here? Not so significant volumes, but let's look at the RRG. Where is Britannia? So Britannia is moving towards the leading quadrant. Is, yeah, you can watch out for that. So in FMCG, you can have Tata Consumer. It has crossed the border from improving to leading. So this is something which is looking bullish. From the weakening, there is this Marico, which is turning on the upside. So Marico is also something that you can watch out for. Britannia, Nestle is what we discussed. Even Colgate, Palmolive have just crossed the border from lagging to improving. Now we have to see whether Colgate, Palmolive, the move up over here, is it sustaining or again it's going down. All right. Um, let's look at Britannia in detail. Britannia charts. So yeah, look at Britannia again. There is a nice Bollinger Band squeeze on the daily chart. Momentum positive, trying to close above 40 EMA. All right. So a short-term move can be expected. The first resistance could be somewhere at this high, and the second resistance could be at this particular high. On the weekly chart, let's see. So on the weekly chart, it's so the first high over here is coinciding with the averages. So maybe 5,200 to 5,400 is something where Britannia is headed towards. Momentum, the bearish momentum has slowed down, and on the weekly chart, RMI could give a buy signal. So you can wait. Investors can wait over here. All right. Um, what else? What other stocks were there? Mannapuram. Okay, so मितिन भागवत ऑसिलेटर कौन सा है? So Nitin, this oscillator is Rohit momentum oscillator. It is a momentum indicator. All right, which you will find it only on this particular platform, Strike. So for those who are using Strike, fantastic. I'm sure you are finding some value. And those who are not using Strike, the link will be provided in this video below in the description. Kindly start your 7-day free trial and have a look at it. Okay. Mm, that's great, Nitin. Okay, somebody asked about Mannapuram Finance, yeah, Shubham. So Mannapuram is something that we had, covered today. The stock opened up with a gap, all right, but due to some news that RBI gave some relaxation or something of that sort. I don't track news much, but there was some relaxation that was given. So on this daily time frame chart, what we can see is that there is a resistance trend line coming out over here. If we look at the close to close basis, yeah, we are exactly at the resistance level. Okay. So this was the gap up opening, but probably from this close, yesterday's close to today's open. So this was the gap that was created, but again it's falling down. The Bollinger Band has gone into a squeeze, indicating some sideways movement. Momentum indicator on the daily is also not so strong, not so bullish. Yeah, it has completed its cycle basically, which it started from here. On 26 November, the new buy signal was given, and the price was somewhere around 154. And now the RMI has gone below zero or has touched zero, indicating that this one cycle is over. Now, what is happening is that on the daily chart, 40 EMA is coinciding with the lower Bollinger Band, providing some very strong support. Okay, and if we look on the weekly chart, we can see that 40 EMA is coinciding with the median line, providing some strong support. Momentum was already bullish. So for Mannapuram, we'll have to wait for a while to see a closing above this particular trend line, and of course with volumes. All right, of course with volume. So there should be a high volume over here and a close above this. Okay. So, great. That's fantastic. You guys are using strike. Any other questions, my friends? That's our time. Let's quickly look at Nifty as well before we move. What has happened on the 15-minute chart? So on this 15-minute chart, yeah, there was some questions like how should I save my layouts and everything. So all you can do is you can say load layout over here. Whatever studies that we have saved was under live analysis, and yep, the studies have come up. Um, on the 15 or on the 5-minute time frame chart. Um, yep, let's see what's happening over here. RMI has completed the cycle from giving a buy over here and coming back into, so not much gains. Um, we'll have to see. Probably it's kind of a oversold on this 15-minute time frame chart, and you can also see Bollinger Band, which I have hidden over here. So it's near the lower Bollinger Band, and this green candle is pointing, um, saying that it may show a bounce back. So nothing much in this expiry, my friends. Today, I feel it will be very boring expiry, I would say. Okay, with bearish bias in mind. All right. So I hope you guys had good time over here. Um, keep joining these live sessions. Keep encouraging us to do live sessions with you in front of you live, and have a great day ahead. See you. Bye bye.